Already it's tough, but now that we have been extending, dragging, the gentleman Rahul Singh talked about spandex, so we have stretched like this, so the burden is on me to keep you intact by the time the food is all burning and hot for you, okay? So things are happening. Bryan says, from US said that things are happening in India. I could see at 1 o'clock, people are still wanting to listen from me, that too. So I don't know what I'm going to tell you. But I know one thing. Mr. Harish Patel told me we are good Jews, right? He said that, so I'm not saying so. So I know what entrepreneurs, I'm not saying the slang good Jews, but I know what entrepreneurs like you all want, right? You want to create money, wealth. Particularly, I'm not the one to preach to Gujaratis how to create money, but this 20 minutes, watch me. I'll walk you through. My presentation will be different. I'm not using the podium. I'm not also using video, but I'm going to do live presentation. Seeing is believing. So I'll walk you through for the next 20 minutes, step by step, how you can make money. What is this? A Tamilian is coming here and teaching a Gujarati how to make money, but there are slots for everybody, right? So which what I should do? This would not have happened, this forum of such a magnitude, massive forum, would not have happened. You know, I had to convince Tony Fragnito and Bryan from United States to come, so the burden was on me also. I was sitting at the edge of the chair to see that this forum should be good. More than what I expected, this has happened. That is predominantly due to the Ahmedabad unit. And when I've been talking to Sri Mahendrabhai Patel and Tulsibai Patel, they said all we wanted to do. I'm not lying. I don't lie. So each one can be backed by facts. You ask Mr. Mahendrabhai Patel. He said this time we want to be of service. That's what they said. So they have shown that by their act, right? And I'm not a shairi like R.K. Vij is, but I'll try to do. What we do is, Ayam Ganana, Ayam Neti, Iti Lagu Chetasam, Udara Charitanam tu Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. So that is what they have done. What the Honorable Prime Minister has said, one earth, one family and one future. And that's what this forum has accomplished. So I'm going to walk you through how we could create wealth. Of course, if you have to create wealth, people think that you need to have a lot of capital investment. That is the case, but not in all scenarios. There are opportunities here and there. There are cracks that are always there. In any perfectly done concrete structure, any wooden structure, there is a crack. So we have to find the crack, and that's what we do. So I profoundly thank the President and all the members. I wish I could name, I could call Professor Gotmare, I could call Zope, all the people, and keep on thanking. Even then I bet you will listen to me. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. But I want to thank the Ahmedabad unit for giving me an opportunity. So, I know you will all run away, but this is more important. My mother says always make sure to thank people. So, everybody puts the acknowledgement slide last. I told you I'm different, so I'm putting the acknowledgement slide second. So, second slide, this is my first pitch to Ty and to Dr. Roy, whom I consider as a passive mentor because I live 10,000 miles away from him, and Mr. Nirav Shah, and because they did this, they called me and they worked with me for 6 months to get this program, and to also so many people, the gentleman sitting like a cine star, Mr. K. Gandhiraj, and then my collaborators. So many people I collaborate on consulting basis, on education basis. So this would not, of course, Professor Thakur, I don't think that I didn't mention name, I did mention. So many things, right from US Army all the way to down south near my village, Jayalakshmi Group. Okay. Now, how do we create wealth? How can an industry create wealth? I'm a spinning industry. The cotton went in countryside way back in last, it was about in June last year. People were really worried. It was climbing up 65 and 80 per candy. All the way it shot up by the end of August and early September. It shot up to 1,05,000, and then people were losing money. that was one thing. So proper planning, proper diversification. You don't have to go for expansion. You can diversify the existing textile sector, like Arvind did. Existing textile sector, diversify into value addition. That's why I advocate. There's no textile department. United States don't do focus on textile or low-end product. I am a professor of advanced materials in a department called environmental toxicology. It's like chimera. It's different. So head is elephant, body is human, and then it has a tail. So that's what the department is. But that's the beauty, because there is some innovation, even in the way how people are grouped, how people do work, how industries are created. United States takes the lead. I'm a professor of advanced materials in the Department of Environmental Toxicology. Of all the places, you wouldn't even know that there's a department called Environmental Toxicology. There I'm doing work on advanced technical textiles. So that's what helped. Materials that save life and then protect the environment. See? 25 years before, I don't know, I was just a young short and brown guy entering United States. I had a short sojourn in MIT, not Indian MIT there. And then I moved to a place called Lubbock. You can see the end of the world. If you drive in a plane, all you see is a flat land. Forever you will see the end of the world you can see, because there's no up and down. It's all flat. So that place is known for cotton. This is the world's largest contiguous cotton production area. 100 square miles, field after field after field after field. You would never see that in anywhere. Even in Australia, you don't see. That is the strength. So that is my strength. I sit in the cotton mecca, and then I look cotton and other fibers to create products. I think this went down. To create products, am I audible? To create products that will save lives, and then it will protect environment. Okay, so COVID came as a blessing. When COVID came, United States did not have internal capacity built up to do PPE. Then it came on board. So they called me. My phone was ringing off the hook. Nobody cares, because there are people from University of Tennessee. There are people from North Carolina State University. But I had an edge, because we were the one at that time having top of the line filtration tester. Even Citra did not have at the time. So this is the case. So pandemic brought this world, and there came the importance of materials, and then sustainable materials. What do you do with the plastic PPE? What do you do with the polypropylene PPE? How do you incinerate? We are talking about a virus that is 0.03 micron size. Right? Nobody knows how it is. By the time the genetic coding was not there, Chinese did not give us. Vaccines were not developed. Right? So you need to come up with a material that can be some way down the road disposed, whether it is composted or whether it is degraded or some way or fashion it gets disposed, so you don't have secondary contamination. All we are trying to solve is a big problem, health problem. On top of it, if you add these materials that are supposed to protect you are going to again contaminate the entire environment, it's problem after problem. So that's where our laboratory came into being. So because we were working in cotton, of course it doesn't give you 99.99 or N95 status, but it had some protection. You got to start somewhere. A child has to start crawling before it starts running. You got to climb the step at each rung at the ladder, right? Likewise, we started doing, and we came up with a concept called Pfizer. That is what I'm telling you. Simple cotton cloth with a filtration material inside. So anybody knows cotton cloth, but cotton cloth did not give the necessary protection. Okay, 2 examples I will do. One, I will tell you how we came up with a material, no additional machinery investment. But you need to have testing equipment, which United States professor labs are very independent. Fortunately, United States professors have a lot of instrumentation at their disposal, so we can do. So in testing capability was already there. So all we did was, everybody knows a common face cloth like this, a cotton cloth is not going to protect you. And at the same time, you don't have to go to a 3M or Honeywell product. There are so many positive aspects to it, but negative aspects are all there. Because even if you talk to a surgeon, he is not willing to wear an N95 to do a surgery for 8 hours, open heart surgery, even in situations where intubations are required. So they have to Just like that, oh God, I have to wear, so they are wearing. So what we did was, people are coming up with fancy things. Even Arvind and all came up with fancy things, because that's where we are good at it, fast fashion. So they came up with a simple cloth. But this cloth was not good enough to give you protection for a virus. What is the size of SARS-CoV-2? That is the virus for COVID-19 is 0.0, less than 0.03 micron. Okay, that is the, luckily, God is always merciful. If you believe in Him, I believe in Him. So, the size of virus which we are talking is 0.03 micron, which is the basic testing requirement according to ASTM standard for filtration testing. So, that is sorted. So, what we did, we took the same face mask and proved that cotton cloth and proved that this cloth will not be able to give you protection. Then what we did, the same face cover, this is not a mask, it is a face cover. There is a difference between a face mask and a face cover. A face mask will give you filtration protection, whereas a face cover will be a simple barrier. That's all it is, like a screen. So we took this, we folded into two, and then we inserted, easy way of inserting a filter. We went step by step, taking a glass fiber filter and then on to an activated carbon and then on to a melt blown. Because this type of filter was much comfortable than your medical or surgical 3-ply polypropylene based mask, and it came more or less equal in terms of filtration efficiency. That is very important. And we devised not only a fabric structure, we also came up with a new dictionary term. Imagine a material scientist coming up with a dictionary term. We came up with a new word known as visor. If you drive a car, you know the sunshade in a car is known as a visor because it protects your vision. Similarly, we came up not only with a technology like this, which is nothing but a cloth material with a core material that has filtration capability, that is in between, mushy middle between N95 and your surgical or a medical grade polypropylene mask. And that product, what we came up, well, we were more generous that time, so we did not patent or trademark the name. It's fine. What do you do with the waste cotton? They didn't have a solution. Zero capital investment. So that I'm able to save some little pennies here and there. Because you are pushing a commodity product. That also you should understand. If you are going to push a commodity product, it is the cost ultimate. It's like a low bid tender. But if you are able to come up with a value-added product, and that too, that value-added product is going into two things for which anybody is like this. In India, people can live without atta, but not without data. Same thing. People will not be willing to let their loved ones go or wither away or die, lack of money. Insurance industry is built on it. So, as long as your product caters to something that saves lives and protects the environment. Protecting the environment is secondary. Priority will be save life and protecting the environment. I gave you an example. First example was saving life. Then I'm taking the example of protecting the environment. Melt blowns have been used. Many may not be familiar with non-woven. Some type of textile, non-wovens have been used for years and ages for absorbing the oil that is spilled in ocean. Bryan Haynes talked about ocean contamination, ocean spill with plastic. Melt blown is plastic, come on. In a layman term, it's nothing but plastic. And that too in a less than 5 micron size fibers. This was not there when the industry developed in 1950s and 60s and 70s. You see, somebody has to start somewhere. And then it gets saturated. After 20, 30 years, we don't grow. But if you see the growth from 1 year to 20, there's a rapid growth. Similarly, it grows. But now when we are talking about sustainable goals and developments, that may not be feasible. Not at this point, but down the road, we have seen some light at the end of the tunnel. So I took a cotton, not a cotton, because cotton is expensive, a byproduct of that industry. You see everywhere I'm telling you a story. How? Because I'm sensing, then I'm shaping myself, and then 2 minutes, my thing. And you get things also. And then third thing, and then the third thing is, I'm going to shield sustain and shield. Okay, this is a cotton product, but still it has still it has some non-woven, but relatively, I'm showing you a product which is relatively sustainable. It's cotton inside, no gimmick. See, the video guy came, good. Now, this is, assume, nobody left, okay, but one man is coming. So this, assume that this is a ocean, dynamic ocean. I'm pouring water. You all can take video, show your grandkid. Or you, right? Then, this is a technical textile product. It has gone through regulation. It is never happening. Regulation thing doesn't work that quickly. Within 2 years, this product came into market. Right? I pour the oil. Everywhere, whether it is ONGC, a paddy fill in Tanjavur or in Rajkot, where I think Mahendra Bhai Patel has some land, I know, he told me. So, see, the oil is there. My interest is, the industry has been using 100% microfiber based melt-blown or sometimes different type of functionalized melt-blown webs. This is the one that has come on CNN also. Very rare textile materials come on that kind of broad news. I came, but it didn't add to my salary. Anyway, I'm a government employee, so they didn't care to increase my salary. This is a pad, no treatment, nothing, cotton byproduct. Pudding, nothing. If you take a cotton byproduct and put it in water, what happens? It will sink. This will not sink. I didn't do anything, not even touch. See, it will drip water and it will only pick up oil. Mostly gone. Reuse it. Even if I reuse it, the other side is dry. Only oil is picked up, slowly gone. This is from cotton. So value addition, market is absorbing it. Only thing is now one has to incrementally develop it. I don't call it as disrupt. Disruption has already been done. In a way, incrementally develop it where cost pressures will come into play. That you can work it. Proven, technology proven, sustainability. It's not 100% sustainable. Why it cannot be 100%? It can be 100% sustainable, but the market is not willing to pay that much. There you do what? You do games. You play the game. Okay, if you are not paying 100, give me 80, I'll come up with a product. Jugadu, Kelna, which you people, Gujis know better. So this is, that word he told me, so I'm taking liberty from him. With that, I'm indeed, so I said it is, so I finished. 25 minutes, 5 minutes more. You can give me 5 minutes more because I come from that. So with that, it's been a wonderful, wonderful event. On a Sunday, I'm not lying. They keep a hygiene or world of wipe on a Sunday, nobody will come. But look at it. Sunday, the room is full. Anyway, you should have a theatrical person talking to keep you. That's a different story. But it's been such a blessing that visionaries like Dr. Roy and the Ahmedabad unit put this together, for which we are all eternally thankful. And not only such knowledge got transferred, a lot of camaraderie made, which is what G20 mantra is all about. And we should be eternally grateful for the organizers, and I wish them good luck. And if I know they won't give me time for questions, but if you have any questions, likewise I have multiple projects developed. So I gave you example for one is for health, right? Another one is for environment. So focus on, then you say where the industry will go. Now look things where it is very closer to health and environment. If you want to diversify, the same thing Rahul talked, because people athleisure, people want more comfortable. Why would the spandex and blends of spandex came? Why would Under Armour develop? Because Under Armour was 100% synthetic. But now they are the CCI people will be a music to their ears. They are now at least using some cotton in their mix. I know how hard Cotton Incorporated worked to even get penetrate into Under Armour. Right? Because synthetics were not comfortable, but synthetics had the stretch. Synthetics were cheaper, so they are coming to compromise. So there again, performance of an athletics. Athletics performance is enhancing the performance of an athletic guy is what built the Under Armour empire, which is a brand in Maryland that came out of a football player. So he was looking for something which will give the performance enhancement, at the same time make comfortable. What I'm saying is, as long as there is dimension towards improvement of health, improvement of lifestyle, and protecting the environment, and if you are gearing your product, whether you are actually developing a product, that is how you should. If not, at least in your marketing gimmick, right? Try to do that. This will try to improve these basic entities for our lifestyle. You will be successful. With that, I am very thankful to call me, and I hope I conveyed the message. It has been a fabulous and wonderful experience. I wish 120 years, because Veda doesn't permit anybody to live beyond 120 years. So live until 120 years. Gandhi Raj, live 60 years.
Yes.